Seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. On your team. 2, 10. Pilot, 64, weak.
Play action now. Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the...
Son, I'm too strong.
A gain of a yard.
Too big for you.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Cousins now. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Come on. Check. Lucky. Hey, empty.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one. Laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You draw Corker. 5-9. Hey, dude.
Now Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker, Anthony. Free. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot. Mark 55.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Whiteside. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, Eagles.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see.
Hey, Haywood.
Play action. Now Wentz. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 19. His guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. A good game there on first down. That run will get them 7 up to the 32-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
It just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
Eluding the pressure right. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Cousins. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 20-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
At the Eagles' 19-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To the air again, it's Cousins. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Come to me, it's me. Gun. Let's go, D. Big series.
Cousins to throw for it on fourth. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. They get 6 yards going for it on fourth, and now it's first and goal. Cousins again. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be...
It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. I.Smith Jr. there to make the grab as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Bailey, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll start on the ground with Mack.
Here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down now, it's Mack. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 46 yards on the ground. From Viking territory now, they'll come up first and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
He's checking, he's checking, he's checking. Crash.
Mack off the draw play. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. Second and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a third down.
They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
It's now 4th down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Trying to pick it up with Clement. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Now Cook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check. Hey, alert 3. Out. 2. Check 9.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Cousins the thrower. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Cousins now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd down, Cousins. This is Cook. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as they are an extra point away now. And they got the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together. Could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The tackle made there by Linval Joseph. On play action, Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Recon, 152 fighter. Sunday. Tyson. Hey, box truck.
On first down, Wentz looking deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is now 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. All right, now here we go. You gonna see me in your nightmare.
Final play of the half. Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time. Right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, exit.
Working from the gun, Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A gain of 32 that time. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's in. Front Eagles touchdown. Aaron Ripkowski taking it in. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On play action, Cousins. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. And that run there does football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Bravo. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The defensive end, D.Hunter, drops him.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up.
Man 5-7. Hey, wahoo! Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the run.
On third and long, it's Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Wentz throwing complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Hey, Mike 7. Man up, bring it to you.
From the gun, it's Wentz. He's going to air one out. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, check. Tie right.
Cousins. He finds his man Johnson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And he finds Cook. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. 1st down. Here's Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 14. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Throwing is Wentz. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Now Wentz. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 23 yards the pickup there.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Wentz now on first down. Going for the deep ball. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there? Play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Marlon Mack, 31 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Brandon Graham just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Matchbox lights. Safety's creeping.
They run, Cook. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
Brings up 3rd down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down.
We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And Cousins taken down for the safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. This a give to Mack running to the right, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. Carter season.